You guys, it's Karen and I have got big old Empties for you. I've got quite a bit of hair care looking at that to talk about, and I've been having real problems with my hair lately. I feel like it's all of a sudden got really dry and even more tangly, and even my kind of holy grail products are just not working on my hair to make it tangle free. It just seems like I need to wash it almost every day, otherwise it gets tangly, you know. And I can tell when I'm putting conditioner in that I use a wide tooth comb to comb through it when I've got conditioner in, and even with that I'm really having to be careful. Rather than just like putting the comb in and combing through, I'm having to sort of do it in sections, and it's really weird. I'm assuming it's to do with the more greys in my hair, you know, being coarser. Anyway, let me dig into these Empties. I have got the Body Shop Fuji Green Tea. This is a refreshingly purifying shampoo. I really like this. I think that this is my favourite deep cleansing shampoo because it's including the Tresemme one, because the Tresemme is now cruelty free, but the Tresemme one leaves your hair a bit squeaky clean, and I just think my hair doesn't need that at the moment. This one, it feels like it rinses completely away. It's not a moisturising shampoo. It is a purifying shampoo as it says, but my hair doesn't feel like weak or anything like that, so I do really enjoy that. So I might well purchase another bottle of that. Really like it, and I love the smell. I actually really like the bottle as well. I have this Umberto Giannini 60 Second Smooth. This is a pre-shampoo treatment. I've been trying all sorts of things because, like I said, my hair has just been really awful, and this worked, as did a couple of the other things I used, but they seem to work for like one day and then my hair is back to feeling, it feels like it's damaged. I don't think it is damaged, but it just feels really dry and, you know, tangly. But this was really good, and yeah, I'd probably buy this again actually. It was really nice. I like the whole pre-shampoo idea now. I used to hate it because it was too much hassle, you know, but for some reason, I suppose because my hair's, I've always put a lot of time and energy into my hair, and I'm prepared to do that even more now. It's feeling like it is. I've got the other one of this. This is the Revolution Bondplex conditioner. So this is number 5. I wouldn't repurchase this. This was pretty nice, but it worked best if I used the whole Bondplex line that I got. So if I used, well, not the whole, like if I used the shampoo and this and the number 3. So if I used the number 3 and I used to leave it in overnight, washed it out with the shampoo and then used this, my hair did feel really nice, but on its own it didn't feel like it was doing much at all. This is, I'm going to talk about these two together because this is the Olaplex number 0 that's recently become available, and this is the Olaplex number 3 that you guys know I love. And I've used this twice. I use about half a bottle at a time, leave it in overnight, and then, you know, wash my hair. This has never been a detangler, but it does always make my hair feel a bit stronger, and so I was excited to try this one as well. When I got this one and read the instructions, it does say it's to be used with this, although it can be used alone, but when you read how to use it, you're like, okay, it does make sense. If you use this alone, you have to wash your hair first or wet your hair and then put this in, but what you can do is use this as the wetting agent, if you like, because it's just like liquid, it's just like water. I actually snipped this top bit a bit because there was the tiniest little spray coming out, and it just was going to take me hours to cover my hair, you know. So I have used this with this, and I have to say I would not buy the 0 again, but I am going to hopefully today order a number 3 again because I do love this, but I didn't find that this added anything to it at all. I didn't notice any other difference other than, rather than just tipping my head and using water, I could use this to wet it before using this. So to me, I'm not saying it didn't, because there might be something going on underneath that I can't see. You know, maybe my hair is stronger, but I didn't feel any difference from it. I have the Tresemme Luxurious Moisture. This is conditioner, and this is the one that was my holy grail before I went cruelty free. So when I heard that they were going as a company cruelty free, I went out to buy this and the deep cleansing shampoo to see if my kind of perfect combination still worked, and it does to an extent, and I'll definitely buy another one of these, but it doesn't work as well. So obviously my hair has changed, not the products. This was, you know, it's what I swore by. I would use the Tresemme deep cleansing shampoo and this, and probably my Paul Mitchell skinny serum, and I would say my hair could be really detangled and, you know, good condition for a fair few days before I washed it. I normally washed my hair every 3 days, but like I said, it's just not responding as well to anything at the moment. So I feel like I'm kind of back to the beginning of trying to figure out what my hair needs and what products to use on it regularly and what to use occasionally and that kind of thing. But I would buy this again. I used up this, I don't know why I've put it in here actually, because I don't think Kerastase, in fact I know Kerastase are not cruelty free, but this is the Nutritive Magic Night Serum, and I didn't find this did anything actually. What I loved about this is the smell, and I would use it kind of as a smoothing serum. One of the things, the main thing I loved about the Kerastase products was the scent. I just loved the perfume of them all. They all are highly perfumed, but there was nothing I had that I was like, that just works amazingly for me, you know, and including this is a night serum, but the night serums that work for me are the Charles Worthington one and the PhD one. So yeah, I've done with that. And then the final hair care item, I thought I had more than this actually, is this hairspray. This is the Freeze Hold Extreme Hairspray by Mark Hill, and I've actually bought another bottle of this. This is the strongest hairspray I've used, and I've tried quite a few over the years, but this is one that I can kind of, you know, hold my fringe off my face if my hair's down, or not fringe, I don't really have a fringe, but you know what I mean, hold the hair off my face. If I spray this here like that, that would hold up, you know, in place. It's a really strong hairspray. It is one of those crispy type hairsprays. I love that it's not got a top on it. I don't know why, I just prefer them without a top. That is really quite inconvenient, because what happens is the hairspray dries there, and so every time I use it, well, pretty much every time I use it, I have to scratch off the hairspray, because if I don't, and I've been caught out with this a couple of times, I'll go to spray it, and I've actually sprayed it into my eye before, because, you know, the hairspray is covering, say, half the hole, and it just makes it squirt a different way. And so I'll go to spray there, and instead of spraying up there, it sprays down. It's, yeah, that's not so great, but I do like that it's not got a top. But anyway, I've already bought another bottle of this, and it's sitting on that shelf behind me on the top shelf. That's everything for hair by the looks of it. Like I said, I thought I had a few other things, but the rest looks like it is skincare and makeup. So I found the bigger of the micellar water. I found them in Superdrug, so hopefully it looks like they're not discontinuing as we thought. I love this micellar water. It's just the perfect toner for me, you know, the perfect morning cleanser. Doesn't irritate my skin. It works for me. I have finished the Garnier Skin Active Rose Soothing Milk. Do you remember I bought a ton of things from Garnier when they announced they were cruelty free, and I will do that with any brand that becomes cruelty free. I'll definitely go and try some products and probably buy things that I might not consider using normally, and this was probably one of them. I do like cleansing milks, but the fact that it's rose, I thought it's probably going to be scented. I can't remember now. Yeah, it's fairly scented. It's not heavily scented actually, but yeah, this was quite nice. And occasionally I don't mind using a cleansing milk, you know, as the kind of first pass to get my makeup off, rather than an oily type makeup remover. But it's not like an everyday requirement for me. So I might purchase that in the future. I'm not sure. Not in a rush. This I just put in the empties last night. It's the No. 7 Radiant Results Nourishing Cleansing Balm. And I'm just putting this in here because I've had it for so long in the bath that I think it smells a bit weird, and it had sort of a, in fact I can see it there, a sort of green, I could see tiny little green bits, and I was like, is that mould? Like surely this can't go mouldy. But I just rarely take my makeup off in the shower, and if I do, I might use a makeup removing cloth, you know. So I think cleansers are something that I will probably just phase out and try new ones if I like them, you know. But this one, I did like this, but I found this one to be a little bit, it felt a little bit like it was clogging up my skin, so this is not a repurchase for me. So being as it smelled a bit funny, I was like, no, that's it, it's going out. This is one of my favourite makeup removers. So this is the Oil and Water Double Cleanser by the Inky List. I absolutely love this. It's got sea buckthorn in it. In fact, I must buy a new one because I want to take this on holiday with me because I just love using it. I love that it's got a little flip top as well, because this is one that's oil and water, so you need to shake it. And if you've got a twist off top, I have got one, what is that? The Glossier Milky Oil. You have to shake it and then quickly get the top off before it separates again, you know. So this one's really handy because you can shake it and then just flip the top off. So I really like that, and I would definitely repurchase that. Another micellar water, this is one of my favourites. This is the Belei No Rinse Micellar Water for Normal Skin. I get this from Amazon. It's an Amazon brand, and I love it as much as the Superdrug BQ. This is the Revolution 10% niacinamide and 1% zinc. I did really like this. I liked how it felt, and it doesn't, I seem to be having a bit more luck with vitamin B or niacinamide skincare products lately. They're not balling up on my skin. That was the problem I used to have. That's the problem I had with the Ordinary one, but I didn't have it with this, and I really liked how my skin felt putting it on. The only thing I would say is I'm not 100% sure that I'm not 100% sure that I see any differences in my skin when I use niacinamide. Certainly not for some of the things that it's thought to help with. So it doesn't do anything for my pores. And, you know, it's long since been supposed to help pores. Or known to supposed to help pores, but it doesn't do that for me. There's nothing I can put my finger on that I can see a difference in my skin. I use it more because I know that it strengthens skin, you know, and I'm currently using, I think it's a Revolution one, and it's a 20% one, so we'll see how I get on with that. But I did really enjoy that, and I would probably repurchase that. This is the Boots ingredient Hyaluronic Acid Moisturiser. So it's only a tiny little tube. There's only 30ml in here, I think, but I really like this. This is, if they did this in a big tube, I'd be much happier, because this one is quite a thin moisturiser. I use it as a night cream. Let's see if there's any left in it. Yeah, there is. It's quite, it's almost like a gel lotion, but it's really, really moisturising. No scent at all. I know there's no perfume in it. You know, it feels lovely on the skin. It's beautiful. It's really nice to use, but it's just, this doesn't last very long at all. That's the Boots ingredients range. Then I used up the Matrixyl 10% plus hyaluronic acid. I think I'm going to repurchase this because I do feel like I'm missing having a peptide in my routine, and I didn't think I would, but particularly this one, particularly this Matrixyl one, I love how it makes my skin feel, and I do feel like I notice a bit of a difference when I'm using this. So this is one that I'm happy to repurchase. The Geek and Gorgeous Sea Glow. This is another one that I felt like I was missing when it wasn't in my routine. And that's quite unusual for me. I normally just, you know, I'm changing things up and using different actives and whatnot, but I did feel like I missed having this in my routine. And I like how it makes my skin feel as well. You know, I like how it applies. And so I already have another one of these, and I'm using it in the morning. So that's the vitamin C from Geek and Gorgeous. Oh, then the Pycnogenol. This is the Pycnogenol 5% from the Ordinary, and yeah, this made my skin feel really soft, but I didn't notice anything else. You know how people were, I tried this because people were raving about it and saying it helped their sensitive skin, and they felt that there was some people were saying they had seen anti-aging benefits to it. I have used this whole bottle, and I did really enjoy using it. I did feel like it was a nice part of my skincare. I didn't like the smell, as you guys know, but it did make my skin feel really lovely. But there was nothing particularly I could point to that it did, and since not using it, I haven't missed it, I don't think. So that's probably not a repurchase, unless suddenly a few months down the line I'm like, that's what's missing from my routine, but I don't think it was that. I have used up my Hylamide C25, so this is the ethylated ascorbic acid, and this is the one that's very, very oily. I have to say I have gone off oily products recently, so I haven't been using any oil. I used to use sometimes the squalane underneath my moisturiser and whatnot, but I have gone off oily products altogether, and that includes this. I do think it's a lovely product. I think it feels lovely going on. It's slightly warm, and I love that about it, but like I said, I've just gone off the whole oily things. I feel like my hair sticks to my neck, and it's just, maybe my skin's just telling me it doesn't need it at the moment. You know, my skin seems to be hydrated enough and not dry or anything, even though I'm not using any oils on it. So yeah, this one is not a repurchase at the moment, but it is something that I've loved for a long time, you know. This is the Versed Gentle Retinol Serum. You guys know I love Versed skincare, really do. There's one product that they have that's got sea buckthorn in it. It's the, I think it's called an antioxidant Sunday serum or something like that. I've got it sitting over there, and I sometimes use it on my neck, and it is so nice. And it is the closest thing I'll use to an oil, you know, because it's got oil in there, but it's not oily. So you put it on and it feels really hydrating, but it sort of sinks in and doesn't leave that sort of greasy residue. Anyway, you guys know I love Versed is my point, and I've never ever found a product that didn't work for me until this. This is the Gentle Retinol Serum. So there is a whole tube left in here. There is some bakuchiol in here as well. But because this was encapsulated retinol, I was interested to see if I still had a reaction to it, because my skin just doesn't like retinol, and my skin reacted exactly the same. It just, suddenly everything, all of my skincare was irritating my skin. I was getting little lumps coming up. Retinol just isn't for me. I finished the Sleep Spa Sleeping Face Mask. This is by Alex Steiner, and I bought this in Primark. I would 100% buy this again. I really enjoyed it. You can see I used every last drop. I love these like tubes that have got a pump on the end. I think that's brilliant, and it's a really good way to, you know, get every last drop out. But I really enjoy this, and it's one I'd absolutely buy again. You know, it's a £5. The problem for me is I don't have a Primark near me, and when I go into Edinburgh to meet my friend, I've normally got a kind of focus on what shops I'm going to, and I just wouldn't have time to be standing in a queue for as long as you need to get them. But I would, if I was in Primark buying stuff, I would buy one of these again for sure. I use this up. This is the TLC Framboos Glycolic Night Serum. I think I might have showed you this in, did I do a luxury products worth it, or have I not done that video yet? This is one I would say is worth it though. I really am tempted to buy the large size of this, but it's like £60 or something. It's something that I just think is a ridiculous amount to pay for skincare. But my skin felt amazing when I used this. I just used this little tube, so I used it maybe 3 or 4 times at night, and my skin felt so good. It felt really, really nice, not irritated at all, just lovely. And yeah, I'd love a full size of that. So maybe one day, if I see any offers on or another set, I will definitely buy it if it's got that in it. And I think this is my last skincare item. I've been writing myself notes so I don't forget what's wrong with things. This is the Face Theory Polypep Collagen Boosting Serum. So you remember I did a Face Theory haul, and I was enjoying everything in it, and I was really enjoying how this felt on my skin. I did feel that my skin was a little bit irritated, so I put it on my face and neck, and I hadn't had any irritation at the time I was talking to you guys, and I had been using it for, I don't know, 4 days or something, you know, 4 or 5 days. I felt like I'd been using it enough to notice if there was any irritation, but I did get a little bit of irritation on my neck, so then I started just using it on my face. My face just felt kind of like it does when I use retinol, that it felt a little bit sensitive, which is unusual because these are, you know, it's a very mild acid, plus a peptide. However, my eye started watering, and I have this watery eye problem on and off, and there are certain things that cause it. Like if I use oils too close to my eyes, I get watery eyes the following day. And I felt like this is one of the things that was causing it. So I removed this from my routine and left it a couple of days, and the eye watering has stopped. So I think that my skin just doesn't like this for whatever reason, which is a shame because it's a really interesting peptide in there, but just not one that I can use. Okay, that's kind of everything skincare except for I've used up my Saint Tropez Purity Vitamin Self Tan. This is a self tanning gel. This is my Holy Grail self tan. You use the tiniest bit of this and it just kind of covers your face and neck. It comes out in a really nice natural colour, because some of the Saint Tropez ones can be really dark. It doesn't fade patchy. It's just perfect for me. It dries quite quickly. You know, it's not got a guide colour, which maybe some people prefer, but I prefer not to have for my face and neck. So I put it on in the morning and just sort of leave it for most of the day normally. So I've got another bottle of this already. I've already repurchased it. Then this is the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. This is definitely one I'd consider repurchasing. Well, I've got quite a few setting sprays to finish using, and who knows if we'll still have to wear masks when I've got rid of all of those, because that's why I've started using setting sprays, is to use it in the inside of my mask, let it dry, spray it on my makeup, and no makeup comes off on the mask. And my favourites are the Urban Decay All Nighter and this one, the Morphe Continuous one, the original one. And so if I run out of sprays and we're still wearing masks, I will buy either this one or the Urban Decay. Everything else in here looks to be makeup, apart from this, I suppose, is, I bought this from Amazon. This is called Lilia. It's an eyelash serum, but can you see that it's just like water? It was really weird to put on. I found a really good eyelash serum that was only about £20 from Amazon. It was called Kiki Lash, and now it's unavailable. This is typical, you know, because I had used my Revitalash Advanced and it stopped working for me. Eyelash stopped working for me. I really need a good eyelash serum. I tried a couple that you guys suggested. Happy to still take suggestions from you guys though, because, you know, different things work for different people. But I've tried this for 6 weeks and had no result whatsoever, so I'm not going to use this one. So I've got another one to try just now, and like I said, happy to get any other recommendations. My eyelashes are so small that the other day I put this post on Instagram and I said, oh, I'm really enjoying this no eyeliner, no lipstick look. So I'd done all of my makeup, eyeshadow, mascara, etc., but I just hadn't put any eyeliner on and I hadn't put any lipstick on. And somebody commented, a lot of you commented that it was really nice, but somebody commented that'd be really nice, and then some top mascara to make it an evening look. And I was like, I'm wearing mascara. Like, my lashes are that short, you just can't see them, you know. Okay, talking about mascaras, there's mostly mascara in here, so I'm going to talk about them all first. And I've got notes on some of them to remember why I didn't like them. My first one, now I've managed to get the note off it, is the Lift It Waterproof Mascara. What is the company? Skin in Motion. I just saw this online, saw that it had a really tiny little brush, thought I'd like it, but it is just too wet. And what I mean by that is it doesn't grip your lashes as well. To me, when the formula is too wet, it doesn't grip the lashes. It might be better if I just leave this sitting and use it in a couple of months, you know, but I mean, that's not what you want to do for a mascara, is it? You don't want to have to go through that. But not only that, it makes like a mess, you know, some will come off and my lashes will hit the top of my eyes, you know, with having hooded eyes, and then there'll be mascara up there. It's just no good from that point of view for me. That's not that one. That note has come off of this one. This is the Mavala Mascara Cream. And again, I saw it online and thought it had the type of brush I was looking for, you know, that more sort of natural bristles and a small brush, but it doesn't do anything for my lashes. I literally like brush them through and I'm like, nope, doesn't look like I've put mascara on at all. This Makeup Forever one, Excessive Lash, this is a little kind of mini. I got this from Guru Makeup Emporium. I love the brush on this, and I actually do quite like the formula of this. And this is, it's not a holy grail mascara, but it is one I would consider purchasing again because I did really enjoy it, but it's quite hard to remove. That's the only thing that I was like, you know, it was one of those where I'd remove all of my makeup and I still have mascara on, you know, I really had to work quite hard to remove it. That's the only kind of downside with that. I recently bought this one. This is a Fenty Beauty one. Is it Fenty Beauty? Or is it Huda Beauty? No, it's Fenty Beauty, isn't it? Let me check. Do you know what? It doesn't say. I'm pretty sure it's Fenty Beauty. But it was, you know, at the aisle in Boots, it's got all the little sort of minis and whatnot. And yeah, I thought I would give it a go, but it just doesn't do anything for my lashes. I was like, again, I put it on and I was like, nope, doesn't look like I've put mascara on. I think you need a very specific mascara for your own needs and lashes, don't you, you know? The final mascara is one that I would repurchase, and I do really like this. I think this is actually the second one I've purchased. It's called Rebel Eyes Skinny Bee. Knowing my luck, it'll be discontinued, but this is by Gosh, and you'll see, when you see the brush, you guys know I love a brush like that. It's completely thin, it's a natural bristle brush, and it is not curved or anything. I love it. So this is definitely a holy grail mascara. Just for me, this does more for my lashes than anything else. It doesn't clump, it doesn't flake, it doesn't smudge, it's easy to remove. I love everything about it. I suppose the only thing I would say about it, if I had to be really picky, is it's not good from the instant I use it. It's one of those that is just a tad too wet when I first get it. And the longer I have this, the better it is. And like now, actually, I'm only putting it in here because I'm like, okay, you really can't use this anymore. You know, it's so dry, but you're like, but I really like it. And I keep on using it, but I'm like, okay, I'm getting little clumps and I can barely get anything out of it, but I do really like it. Let me tell you about my fail first. These are from Barry M and they're called Colour Glide eyeshadow ones, and the colours are really, really pretty. I really like liquid eyeshadows. I like playing around with them. I think they've got a completely different look to powder eyeshadows, and I thought that these looked really interesting and they went on lovely. They blended out nice. They looked really, really good, but they completely creased on my eyes. So I did try with a primer underneath. I did use them a second time with a primer underneath and they still creased. So unfortunately, that's just a no for me because I have got quite a few liquid eyeshadows. In fact, I think I did a video, didn't I, saying my favourite liquid eyeshadows. My absolute favourite are the Huda Beauty ones, and they don't budge, you know, but yeah, it's a shame because they do look really nice when they go on, but they creased within a few hours. Okay, my final product is the Kiko definition eyeliner. And I am absolutely gutted, not about this, but about the fact that the NYX liquid eyeliner that I love is now discontinued. As far as I can see, because it's not on the NYX website, it's no longer on the Boots website, no longer on the Superdrug website. I've looked in both Boots and Superdrug stores, and there's just, they still have the space for it on the shelves, but there's nothing in there. And they did tell me there was a problem with manufacturing, so hopefully that's all it is. But I've just got a feeling that it's discontinued, and I don't have another liquid eyeliner that I love. So I don't have anything to replace it with. This one is just, it's nice, and this is probably what I'll end up using. It has got a small brush, and although it looks really thin, the liquid in here is thicker than the NYX one, and the NYX one was the perfect consistency, so that I had good control over it. It wouldn't bleed into my eyes. It wouldn't, like, you know, smudge anywhere as I was using it. This one is just a little bit too thick, and what that means is that I get too thick a line, and it kind of looks, maybe it's just because of the age of my eyelids, but it kind of makes them look crinkled. I don't know, it's weird. I suppose maybe people wouldn't notice it from a distance, but I just don't like it as much. I might go back to using gel eyeliners. That's what I used before I found that NYX one. I used to use the MAC one. I used to use the Inglot one. The Inglot AMC gel is what I've got just now, and that's probably my favourite one. So I might well go back to using that with a really thin brush of my own. That's everything for today. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I know you guys like Empties. I'll tell you what I've got on makeup wise. I used my Laura Mercier Silk Cream Foundation in June. On my eyes is the Huda Beauty palette called Rose Gold Remastered, something like that I'll talk about. I'm going to do a haul video next. On my cheeks is Nars Blush in Sin. And then on my lips, I've just been looking for the lipstick I put on top of this. I did use Stila liquid lipstick in Perla, and then I put this number 7 one on the top, and it's kind of mixed in with it, I think. And this is Inspire. So that's everything. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll speak to you again soon.